Hello all. So I'm playing a video where I will explain you how to do a T-lab joint. So here this will give you a bit idea about the PPT, previous PPT, what I have explained. If you see this video, you will get a clear idea about it. So what happens? See, this is a metal jack plane, as I said, which helps for planing the surface, and this is a hand saw for cutting the wooden piece, and this is a flat file, wooden wraps flat file, and this is the wooden block, which is your workpiece for now. And see how rough the surface is. Did you see how rough the surface is? So now the worker has placed the workpiece onto the carpentry vise, carpentry bench vise, which is holding. It is the holding the workpiece, right? On, and you can see the bench vise is also fixed to a table. So next, you should see how he is removing the uh, smoothing the surface with a metal jack plane. He is holding on the back side and also keeping a pressure on the front side. Even for the wooden wraps file, he's holding on the front side and also keeping back side also. This you have to keep two pressures of two hands on the both front and back. If you do so, then it will equally, without any bumps, it will plane the surface and remove the excess material, and it plane the surface. If you just use one hand, for sure bumps will come on the surface. So we don't want any bumps, we just want a flat. And according to the diagram which is given to you, you have to do the marking with the help of steel ruler, and always use a marking tools, okay, not pen, as we are showing in the video, because here in this video pen is used for your clear resemblance. If you use pen or a marker which is a permanent marker, it will spoil the look of the wood. So please don't use, always use the marking tools like scribers and etc for the marking. Now he's cutting with the help of the saw. And again, always see the holding device plays a very important role. If it is not properly hold, the wooden workpiece will easily move. So it should not move. And he has made it into two halves, and he has filed the excess part again. Now he is marking the two halves center point, and he will mark the edges like 2 centimeters to the right, 2 centimeters to the left. He will mark in the center, to the center, and depth around like 1.5 centimeters, I guess, or 1.5 mm, according to the diagram and according to the dimensions you have to draw. Now length is drawn, now depth. So here, because the person who is doing is a professional, he will exactly keep the saw on the marking he has done. But for the students, we suggest you to not cut on the mark itself. Always start cutting inside, from the inside of the marking, like on the marking, not on the marking, inside of the marking. You have to cut. You have to cut from the inside of the marking, around like 1 mm or 2 mm. You have to start cutting. Now he is going to cut exactly. Why I am asking you to cut up living inside the marking is, if excess part is cut, you can, if less part is cut, no problem, we can file it and get the required size. But if you keep on the mark, if you go crisscross because you are a learner, then there's no use, we cannot add the wood piece, right? And and your fixing will be not right, it will be loose, then it will be a total waste. So always remember, a starter should do it. Then now you have seen he has used a hacksaw to cut, and then now he is using a chisel with the help of a hammer. He's hitting on it because it's in the middle. You cannot use a hacksaw. So he is using a chisel. Okay, he's using a flat chisel with a thin border. You can see, and he is hitting with the help of a hammer. Do not hit it too hard so that even a wood will break. Okay, so the excess part also he is going to remove with the same chisel and a hammer, and then he will again keep it on the workpiece holder. That is a carpentry wise holder, and he will file it with the wooden rafts file. See how well he is going to file with the wooden rafts file. This is your part A. Now part B. The same, must have remembered that there was a log which was given to him. He made it into a two halves, right? Now part A is done. Now part B should be done. Okay. Now we want a T. Half T should be done. So you can see he is marking according to the diagram which is given to him. Similarly, at the center point, he has marked the center point. Now to the two halves, to the edges. Depth also he has marked. Now he is going to cut accordingly with the help of same saw and again a chisel. I guess this will be done with the help of saw only because it is at the edge. He can do it very well with the help of saw, and he will also use a wooden wraps file for filing the excess part. So please always remember, the starter should not do the cutting on the line. He should do a bit before the line, okay, inside the line, not outside the line. Because if you cut crossly, then it is very hard to get the desired uh, length, and it may be loose. So if all the beginners will do accordingly as we have said, if you follow all the instructions as we have said, you will get a perfect workpiece. Outcome will be very perfect as he is getting, for sure. But if you will not listen to our guidelines, then it may break. See at the edge how well it is joined. Even if you move it also with the help of hammer, he is hitting and he has joined it well. So this is your T-lap joint. Hope you enjoyed the video and you have learned a practical way of seeing how to do the T-lap joint, and we wish you will follow all the safety precautions and continue doing this experiment similarly.